You wake before sunrise, thoughts already buzzing with lists that knot around your chest, and you wonder how to carry them all. The room is hushed, yet outside the first streak of amber peels back night like a gentle hand, hinting that even the sky begins this day empty before it receives light. In that quiet edge of dawn, the Almighty, you name him refuge and Father, leans close, inviting you to unclench your grip. His steadfast love, never rationed, is the provision that steadies every heart and sets wandering steps upon firm ground. So this moment becomes a threshold. You lay budgets, deadlines, and unseen fears on the windowsill and listen for the small breeze of his guidance. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights. Say James 1:17. These words remind you that nothing truly needed is withheld, and dawn itself is proof of his generosity. What burden will you hand over? What desire will you trust him to fill? Now, as your heart grows still, we step into the mystery of empty hands. Your palms uncurl in the half-light, as though they have finally understood the language of release. For too many dawns they clenched invisible cargo, rows of tasks, replayed conversations, unsolved equations of family and finances, until even rest felt like labor. Now you notice how the cool air brushes open skin, how soft the pulse becomes when nothing is being gripped. You inhale slowly, feeling ribs rise with promise. You exhale, and the room seems to widen, making space for mercy to settle. This surrender is not weakness, but wisdom. The honest confession that you were never designed to be a storehouse of relentless urgency. In the hush you remember an ancient invitation. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So Matthew 11:28. The voice that spoke galaxies still whispers to weary souls, exchanging burdens for peace that no ledger can measure. When you accept, you discover that letting go is an act of courage. You place shattered expectations, half-finished dreams, and unspoken disappointments into hands far stronger than your own. You name each weight in silence: budget shortfall, medical report, the ache of loneliness. Then picture he who formed dust into life lifting them as easily as dawn lifts night. Notice how your breathing steadies, muscles unclench, jaw softens, mind stops racing ahead. What seemed urgent loses its tyranny when compared with eternal care. You sense that emptying is only half the miracle. The other half is trust. An open hand is both a release and a readiness. Empty does not mean barren. It means available, like furrowed earth waiting for seed, like shoreline after tide has retreated, ready for new waves. You can feel that availability humming inside your chest, a silent yes to whatever the Father will place there. Perhaps you worry that relinquishing control will invite loss. Yet Scripture and sunrise agree. God never leaves a vacuum. He fills. He paints emptied sky with color, fills dormant seeds with life, satisfies open mouths of sparrows. Your story joins that pattern. By loosening your grip you align with rhythm etched into creation empty. Receive, overflow. Let this rhythm rewrite your inner dialogue. I am cared for. I am free to breathe. Sit in this truth a moment longer. Trace with imagination the contours of your unclenched palms. See them glowing with possibility. Speak a quiet prayer. Holy Father, my hands are open. Then linger in silence long enough to believe that statement. Listen to the hum of morning traffic, the faint chirp of a lone bird, the whisper of your own heartbeat. Each sound a reminder that the world turns, not by your striving, but by grace unseen. Stay here until relief becomes gratitude, until fear loosens its last thread, until your emptied hands are ready for the next gift. Breathe again, slowly, noticing how even the air feels lighter after release. You do not rush ahead. You inhabit this emptied space, trusting that the one who clothes lilies already designs the threads of your day. With uncluttered spirit you rise, prepared to witness surprises kindness will scatter along your path. Remember, emptiness at dawn is the covenant of fullness by evening, and you have entered its promise. The first light ripens, and in its gentle bloom you sense chambers inside your chest unfolding like petals drinking sunrise. Yesterday may have taught you to guard every beat behind iron doors of caution. Yet this morning persuades you that vulnerability is the truest courage. As rosy hues spread across horizon and window pane, you feel ancient hinges loosening, forgotten dreams breathe again, long silenced praise strains towards song. You realize an open heart is not a target for harm, but a vessel for presence, a sanctuary where the Almighty delights to dwell. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. Ezekiel 36:6-6. These words assure you that softness is a divine gift, not a liability. God Himself performs the surgery that frees arteries once pinched by anxiety. Now breathe deeper than habit. Let air sweep through corridors where resentment lingered like dust. Picture light tracing those hallways, illuminating grievances, disappointments, and half-spoken regrets. Each one exposed begins to dissolve under kindness stronger than your history. You can almost hear stone cracking, replaced by flesh that pulses with expectancy. In this tenderness, you learn communion, heartbeat matching heartbeat with the Creator of dawn. Opening also means listening, so you silence the mental commentary that interrupts wonder. A bird warbles outside. Its tune is uncomplicated trust. A passing breeze presses curtains forward and then releases them, modeling surrender. The world, it seems, rehearses receptivity every morning, and you are invited to join its quiet chorus. You do not need eloquent prayers, you need receptive awareness. Whisper only, speak, Lord, then rest in the pause that follows, certain He replies in ways subtler than thought. Perhaps unresolved fears rise, suggesting an open heart will be broken. But observe how the eastern sky, wide and undefended, receives both sun and storm, yet never loses its expanse. Its secret is permanent orientation, always turned toward light. So you choose the same stance, facing grace, come what may. Repeat within, my heart is ready. Feel how those words widen your internal horizon. Soon, inspiration trickles in a neighbor's need, a creative idea, a path toward reconciliation. You note each gentle prompting, storing them like seeds in fertile soil. You resist the urge to analyze or control. You simply acknowledge and welcome. Trust that the Spirit who plants will also water and harvest in due season. Stay in this posture a moment longer. Sense blood carrying oxygen and possibility to every fingertip. Notice calm, not as absence of battle, but as assurance of companionship. Let gratitude rise naturally, for lungs drawing effortless breath, for eyes that will soon see someone who needs kindness, for the hope that pulses even now. With heart ajar, you prepare to step forward. believing that openness invites provision you could never engineer. Hold this openness as the day unfolds. Protect it from cynicism by returning to silence whenever worry knocks. Remember, a heart kept unlocked becomes a doorway through which heaven spills into ordinary streets. And by sunset you will trace its footprints everywhere you have walked. Your feet touch the floor, and the wood feels cool, reminding you that every pilgrimage begins with sensation, not strategy. You rise from prayer's hush and feel yesterday's fatigue slide from your shoulders. Outside, a filament of gold drapes the pavement like a silent ribbon, drawing you toward the first stride. You step forward, believing that the light knows where it is leading, even when you do not. Each movement whispers confession. You may not see the whole map, yet you will walk by faith. The hallway lengthens, yet with every breath the dawn seems to widen, as if the world itself stretches to meet courageous souls. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5 or 6. These ancient lines serve as a traveler's charter, freeing you from the myth that clarity must precede motion. Confidence in God is the compass that straightens every winding lane. Obedience now adopts simple form. Perhaps you tidy the kitchen so the household wakes to calm, or you draft an overdue apology. In the very doing you learn that trust is less about grand gestures than about rhythmic cadence. Each humble task becomes a stepping stone, and heaven measures distance not in miles but in surrendered heartbeats. Suds swirl down the drain, and anxiety over scarce resources shifts into anticipation, for every quiet action echoes through eternity like a bell calling grace. Questions surface: what if the pavement tilts? What if fog conceals the next marker? A sparrow glides overhead, tracing lazy arcs, and you remember that it trusts invisible currents. You imitate the bird by adjusting pace, listening for inner nudges. Slow here, speak there, wait now. Flexibility replaces rigidity. You are no longer a soldier marching, but a pilgrim dancing with unseen rhythm. At a crossroads, choices branch like streams in a delta. Rather than freeze, you breathe a swift petition. Guide these steps. In reply, a memory surfaces, advice from a mentor, a verse from childhood, nudging your direction just enough. Guidance often arrives like recollection, truth planted long ago sprouting precisely when required. This subtle choreography assures you that navigation unfolds beside you, within you, all around you. With every forward motion, gratitude wells up. You thank God for steady ankles, for traffic signals that grant safe passage, for strangers whose simple nods confirm shared journey. Even interruptions, red lights, unexpected detours become timekeepers aligning arrival with divine appointments. The day transforms from maze to tapestry, its design woven by the hand that paints dawn. Somewhere among those threads, the sweet scent of lilac drifts from a garden you never noticed, reminding you that the path is lined with pleasures you did not plan. Resolve crystallizes. You will resist the tyranny of anxious projection. You will greet the day one footprint at a time, like beads sliding through contemplative fingers. Evening may reveal destinations unimagined, doors opening because you arrived willing, not prescient. By then you will trace every blessing back to this dawn decision to lift one foot after the other upon a promised way. convinced that grace quietly paves the road ahead. Sun climbs higher, glazing rooftops with molten amber, and you sense the air itself humming with generosity. After surrendering burdens and opening your heart, you stand like freshly tilled earth, ready, expectant. A quiet knowing replaces yesterday's scarcity mindset. The one who spun galaxies is also the giver who keeps your pantry, purse, and spirit replete. Morning breeze carries scent of warm bread from a nearby bakery. An ordinary parable that nourishment is nearer than worry suggests. You pause to taste gratitude, even before breakfast touches your tongue, recognizing that provision often arrives first as awareness. And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians 14:1-9. This promise reminds you that divine storehouses never dwindle. The currency of heaven is abundance, not rationing. You live beneath an economy where generosity precedes merit and grace outruns every debit. Let memory escort you through past rescues, the unexpected check when rent loomed, the friend who appeared with soup during illness, the insight that solved a professional impasse. Each recollection is a stone in an altar of remembrance, testifying that lack is never final when love is sovereign. You breathe these stories like incense, letting them perfume current uncertainties. Anxiety over looming deadlines, shrinking budgets, or fragile relationships loosens when confronted by history's ledger of faithfulness. Provision is not always material. Sometimes it is time stretched, resilience infused, clarity granted. You might discover extra minutes because traffic lightened, or sudden peace in the middle of chaos, as if invisible hands pressed. Pause on turmoil. Notice how those invisible gifts sustain you more profoundly than any coin. Blessing also hides in simple wonders, dew-beaded grass sparkling like tiny jewels, a stranger's smile breaking urban anonymity, the melody of leaves applauding wind. These subtle riches fill inner reservoirs from which courage drinks throughout the day. You prepare to work, yet you refuse to clutch outcomes. Instead, you envision hands wide once more, ready to receive the day's manna. No more, no less. Like ancient Israelites, gathering just enough for sunrise to sunset, you trust that tomorrow's portion will appear with tomorrow's dawn. This posture frees you from hoarding energy through anxiety. It invites continual dependence, turning ordinary moments into windows of expectancy. Each email answered, each child soothed, each spreadsheet balanced becomes a channel through which provision flows both in and out. Respond to generosity by sharing. Perhaps you brew an extra cup of coffee for a colleague, leave encouraging words on someone's desk, or transfer a small sum to ease a neighbor's bill. Giving does not diminish you. It places you within the river's current, where water enters and departs, yet the stream never runs dry. As you release, you feel supply surge anew, confirming the circular logic of kingdom economics. Seeds scatter, harvest multiplies, joy expands. Hold this assurance. You never navigate desert terrain alone. A pillar of cloud still guides. A hidden spring still awaits. Evening will come, and when you look back, your tally of blessings will outnumber your fears. Walk forward, then confident that cupboards, calendars, and capacities will stretch to meet need, because love himself walks beside, carrying baskets you cannot yet see. Morning has climbed well past treetops, and sunlight now cascades like a generous river, illuminating more than you imagined you possessed. What began as emptiness has become a brimming cup, and with every inhale you sense abundance cresting the rim. Joy that spills into laughter, ideas that germinate faster than you can record them, kindness aching to find direction. The very air feels saturated, as though heaven insists you recognize lavish supply not merely for survival but for delight. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over, will be poured into your lap. So Luke 6:3-8. This declaration reveals a divine paradox. Generosity is both seed and harvest. The more you pour, the more you receive, until boundaries blur between giver and receiver. You notice evidence everywhere. A colleague replies to your email with unexpected encouragement, multiplying your earlier note. An idea you shared casually yesterday returns refined and expanded by a teammate. Even traffic patterns cooperate, granting an extra pocket of time that becomes a conversation with a friend who needed listening ears. Resources once scarce, wisdom, patience, creativity, appear to widen like a river's mouth meeting sea, ready to irrigate fields beyond your immediate vision. Overflow teaches stewardship. Instead of damming blessings behind caution, you channel them toward thirsty ground. You might pay for someone's breakfast, forward a job lead, or pause to pray for a stranger's visible fatigue. Your words, once calculated, now flow with warmth. Your silence, once awkward, now holds safe space. The blessing is never stagnant. Holding it too tightly would spoil its freshness. Like spring water, it remains sweet only while moving. This abundance also reshapes perception. Where others catalogue deficits, you discern potential investments. An untapped skill in a coworker, resilience in a teenager navigating grief, community hidden in neighbors who rarely meet. You speak life over these seeds, certain that acknowledgement alone can coax them toward bloom. And when inevitable challenges arise, a delayed project, a financial hiccup, you face them with the courage of someone whose reservoir runs deep. Worry cannot root where gratitude already thrives. Remember, overflow is not indulgence, it is assignment. You are entrusted with riches of spirit, so that barren hearts encounter evidence of God's attentive care through your ordinary gestures. Blessing travels along the circuitry of relationship. A smile sparks hope. Hope fuels courage. Courage engenders new acts of mercy. And the current returns to you in unforeseen form. By evening you may receive a story of breakthrough linked to a seed you forgot you planted. Guard this river by remaining connected to its source. Return repeatedly to prayerful stillness. Allow new currents to replenish even as others flow outward. In doing so, you mirror the tree planted by streams of water. Leaves evergreen, fruit timely, roots unreachable by drought. Let the world witness a life so well watered that scarcity narratives lose their power wherever you tread. Carry the overflow into every corridor. Confident that rooms will brighten, plans will clarify, and hearts will steady simply because you arrived bearing bounty you did not purchase. As dusk eventually gathers, you will trace each glimmer of flourishing back to this vow to keep channels open, to live as conduit, to let love run over every edge. Noon's brilliance has yet to strike, yet you already feel dusk's memory woven into your soul. urging you to bend the blessings of this sunrise back toward their source. Gratitude rises like warm currents that lift migrating cranes, carrying your thoughts beyond immediate gifts to the giver himself. You pause, letting a litany of thanks drift across your mind. Breath in your lungs, laughter shared over morning coffee, the hidden ways provision threaded through tasks. Each recollection becomes incense, sweet and tangible, spiraling upward through the open skylight of your spirit. Your journey began with empty hands. Now you raise them, brimming in silent offering. No words seem adequate, yet heartfelt simplicity suffices. All is yours. In that quiet declaration, the cycle completes. What flowed in as mercy returns as praise, multiplying joy rather than depleting it. You recognize that gratitude is not a courtesy tacked onto blessing. It is the heartbeat that sustains abundance, keeping generosity from stagnation. Like river meeting ocean, thankfulness merges private wonder with cosmic hymn, and you feel mingled into something vast and luminous. You choose specific acts to anchor devotion. You write a note affirming a colleague, recycle plastic mindful of creation's dignity, budget time for a phone call to a distant relative. Each deed loops blessing outward and upward, stitching heaven's love into ordinary moments. You sense invisible applause. Trees rustle, sunbeams glitter on glass. Even pavement seems to hum, as if creation recognizes the resonance of gratitude expanding through your steps. When a challenge appears, a terse email, an unexpected delay, you greet it with the same open palms that once surrendered burden. For gratitude teaches perception. Every obstacle contains latent opportunity for trust. Every inconvenience a potential classroom for patience. You whisper thanks in advance, confident that even rough threads weave into the tapestry of grace. Thus hardship loses its sting, absorbed into the wider cadence of gracious living. Afternoon shadows lengthen. You envision yourself later recounting this day, noting moments when gratitude shifted atmosphere, how a smile diffused tension, how patience invited collaboration, how quiet prayer steadied decisions. The harvest of thankful living is peace, a settled conviction that you inhabit a world governed by benevolent hands. Tonight, as stars kindle, you will return again, releasing the day with the same trusting ease that welcomed it, confident that fulfillment always follows surrender. Carry this cycle into tomorrow. Receive with humility, respond with gladness, release with worship. Such is the rhythm of a life perpetually filled. Inhale the lingering freshness of dawn. Exhale any residue of haste. Remember the unclenched palms, the heart flung wide, the steady steps, the manner of provision, the river of overflow, and the returning hymn of gratitude. Let their echoes braid into a single, gentle command. Live today as a conduit of grace. Wherever you walk, let kindness spill, hope shimmer, and courage take root. Pause often, smile easily. Forgive quickly, bless freely. Hear creation's quiet chorus surrounding you, and know you are part of its praise. Rest in that awareness for 5 slow breaths.